here we have it. CM Punk fired from AEW. Right after the pay-per-view, over 3 days ago. I knew this was going to happen with the direction that Tony Khan was going with CM Punk, and and as great as the pay-per-view was in London and All In, just this news overthrows all of it, especially Payback, which was a very decent show, by the way. I thought Shinsuke Nakamura should have won, but I can understand that they want Rollins to keep the title at least until WrestleMania 40, but with his back problems, we don't know. I think he should just drop the belt at some point very soon. Probably to Gunther or somebody like that, or Priest. Priest will most likely cash in, though. But, CM Punk, 3 years later, has now been fired. This is his second company that he has been fired from. Now, here's where I stand from it. On Collision, a couple of days prior, Jack, whatever his name is, I don't really pay attention to a lot of the AEW wrestlers, I'll be honest. Let's see what his name is real quick. It's Jack something. I'm on the article, by the way, as well. And Tony Khan did a speech as well, explaining why he did it, and he felt, quote unquote, endangered for his safety and his concerns because CM Punk was kicking monsters back. This all started on Collision a couple of days prior because, Jack, guy who was suspended, trying to see what his last name is, bro. I'm just gonna call him Jack because we gotta keep it going. By the way, we gonna break down all this WWE rumors and all that as well. Shoot, where's this article at? By the way, he had a very good match too with Samoa Joe at All In. That was a good match, but stuff happens. This is just a very sad, it's not a sad situation, but it's a pretty messed up situation because it went down. Yeah, I can't find this guy's last name. What? Jack Perry. There we go. Finally, not coming with the name. Him and a mid-card wrestler by the name of Jack Perry, they got into a disagreement on Collision a couple of days prior, to which Jack Perry wanted to use real glass for a segment on Collision. CM Punk said no. Collision being his show, he said no, we're not using real glass for safety concerns. And I understand that. And I understand why he said that. Using real glass, I get it. It's probably been used in extreme wrestling before. But if we're being safe here and taking it as a safety precaution not to use real glass, then it's understandable. Jack Perry when he had his match on the pre-show, he had said something to Punk, and I quote, look into the monitors, it's real glass, cry me a river. That's what set it off. It's real glass, cry me a river. That's what set off everything. So right before the opening moments of the show for the Samoa Joe and CM Punk match, Punk got into it and confronted him and was like, do we have a problem? Now, this is where Punk is in the wrong. The man lunged at him first. After Perry said, I'm just trying to get heat. I don't think he said that. I think Perry got a little bit disrespectful with it too. He probably said F you or something along those lines. And Punk, put him in his place about it probably. But where Punk went wrong is he lunged first and swung at him. And then they got into a whole scuffle on the floor, is what I'm hearing from the articles. And Punk said that he quit and he lunged at Tony Khan. He smashed monitors. He said, I don't like this place. I quit. I'm done. And because of that, Tony Khan felt like he was endangered and he fired Punk, terminated him. This is what I feel in this situation. Punk is definitely in the wrong because this is his second time doing this. But I understand why he stand up for himself. Because this is the second time people have said something crazy to him. They said some slick shit about him. First, all the way back towards the end of the year, 2022 in the summer, when Punk, in June, when Punk was promoting his match with Adam Page, he brings up the workers' rights and the Colt Cabana situation and all that on live TV. And spread rumors that Punk got somebody fired. Punk felt disrespected and called him out on it. Then, when the all-out media's gone, we know about that, and Punk raising hell on that, and Punk not taking any more lies, not trying to take them lies and that rumors, and then, the EVPs and Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks coming at him, lunging and all that. In this case, Punk was actually wrong for lunging at Jack Perry. And that's where he messed up. And he lunged at Tony Khan. Tony Khan, who has done everything for you to make everything welcome and warming for you. You lunge at that man. That's why I can't be biased in the situation with him too. I blame Tony Khan for this too. But I also blame CM Punk. Punk, come on, bro. Like, the man was doing everything for you to make you comfortable. And you lunge at that man. Now, I don't like Tony Khan either. Alright? That man does not know how to run a business. Stuff like this happens because he don't have no authority figures. Somebody like Jim Cornette. I've been telling y'all, somebody like Jim Cornette need to be running this business. Because Tony Khan cannot book. He can't run a business for anything. And you know what's the sad part about this? All In London was probably his best pay-per-view by far that he's ever did. That's why I feel like, and that's why I stand with my opinion. I feel like Tony Khan and All In, that was the best pay-per-view that he has ever did in his entire career of being a promoter. This man lets people walk over him and let him brainwash him and manipulate him and tell him stuff about wrestlers. And this is why AEW hasn't been right since then. Because you let the EVPs, you let these EVP niggas, you let Kenny Omega, excuse my language, you let Kenny Omega, you let the Young Bucks running this stuff, and they have a history for doing stuff that is unnecessary. Not just with Punk. I've heard with numerous wrestlers they have done stuff. AEW is run for Omega to be the worldwide star. They never wanted CM Punk in the first place, what I feel like. Because they're always starting stuff with him. Now, what Punk was wrong at for lunging at that man and lunging at Tony Khan and breaking monitors. Come on, bro. You can't be having a temperature handling like that, man. Like, come on, man. I felt like both was in the wrong. Jack Perry, you know that CM Punk, he's a hothead. I respect that man. I love CM Punk. Don't get it wrong. But he is a hothead. You say one thing to him, that man gonna go off the table and he gonna go to the deep end and he gonna spaz out on you. Why you calling that man out? We already had a problem at All Out last year. Why you starting stuff with him? If the man said not to use real glass for safety precaution, let's not use real glass. Now, I don't know what goes on with the inside of the wrestling business and all that. I get the articles and I watch just like you fans in the wrestling community watch. And here, just like with the IWC here. The problem that I have, it starts with Tony Khan and Jack Perry. Perry, you on the pre-show, bro. You should not be talking. CM Punk is obviously their top star. Leave the man alone, man. Why y'all starting stuff with him? CM Punk, you're a hothead, and stuff like this happens because of how you react. Take a deep approach, take a breather, calm down, relax. Why are you lunging at Tony Khan now? Makes no sense. The man's trying to at least do any... as much as I hate Tony Khan, and I do not like how he runs AEW, he has at least tried to make an effort to make things better for you. And you come at the man that has defended you. This is your second promotion that you've gotten fired from. I'm not saying you in the wrong or the right. I'm just saying that now it's time to take a look back at your career and time to take a look at, A, is this how you really want your legacy to end? You want your legacy to be like this? A man who can't get along with backstage authority, a man that can't get along with anybody, a man that doesn't want to. Now, I heard about the stuff of what they did to this man the day of, which is why I defend him to an extent. We gonna get into that. But Punk, this is how you want your career to end? Like this? Let me just debunk some of this WWE rumors right now. I don't think that's happening. Judging by the way he acted after the match, waving in the air and all that, which was a great match too, which is the messed up part about this. He had a great match with Samoa Joe. Y'all talking about y'all seeing botches. I didn't see no botches like that. This man was actually moving pretty good in the ring for the first time in years. With the way he was waving after and saying peace out and all that and kissing the crowd, that's his last match. His career is over. He is not wrestling after this. Now, never say never. I get it. But the way he feels about wrestling right now, especially after this, after being fired for the second time, he's not going back to wrestling. It's over. He made his money. It's done. Now, never say never. We got Bret Hart back in wrestling after the Montreal Screwjob Ultimate Warrior. Hulk Hogan, who's had a reputation of being racist in the past, that man got to come back to WWE, so who knows? But I just don't see it happening. I think his career is over, especially the way he stood high and took pictures and kissed the crowd after. He went about it as if that was his last match. But what I'm saying is, Punk, you can't allow your legacy to go out this way. As a man who couldn't get along with backstage people, your career right now is being looked at in a way that Shawn Michaels was being looked at the end of 1998 when he had his first retirement. A guy who has put bad taste in people's mouth. And the perception of you from certain wrestlers is not so great. You had a second chance in AEW to do something good. And a company that looked like at first they was finally about to respect you. And you messed it all up this time. You and you alone by your actions. Now, I don't blame you 100%. And I don't blame you for voicing your opinions. I blame you for going at Tony Khan and kicking monitors. But I don't blame you for defending yourself. Y'all started stuff with this man, Jack Perry, Elite, the Bucks, and y'all getting mad when he says something back. He's a grown man. He allowed to say what he want. If he got an opinion to say, he's a top star. If he got an opinion to say, he's going to say that opinion to the fullest. He's going to say what he got to say to the fullest. Because he is a top draw on AEW. Matter of fact, he damn near was the top draw. Everybody looked into this man and looked at the TV shows and looked at the statistics and looked at the most views that AEW was getting was because of CM Punk. CM Punk was a big reason because of this. And y'all went at this man crazy and got mad. CM Punk is a hothead. He's going to say something if you say something back to him. Leave the man alone. Why y'all starting stuff with him? It started with Hangman Adam Page spreading these false narratives and false rumors. I'm about to charge my stuff up. False narratives and false rumors about what he was doing, which was a lie and a complete bogus lie. And he was saying that this man got Colt Cabana. So when CM Punk came back from his injury, his foot injury, the first injury, and that's what people were saying too, by the way, that CM Punk is injury prone now. People coming at him crazy. I don't blame him for all out and all that. That's y'all fault. Y'all started that. First with Adam Page, saying what he said. Saying you talk a big game about workers' rights, but you've done the exact opposite since you got there. And starting that up. Starting rumors that he got Colt Cabana fired when that wasn't true. They haven't talked to each other in years. I don't know what's the history between Colt Cabana and CM Punk. Y'all got to put me on to that in the comment section. Y'all start that up. Then, when he speaks his mind, when he comes back from the injury, faces Jon Moxley, says what he said because he didn't get a chance to. Y'all come barge his door in and a fight happens. He gets suspended. He's also working with a tricep injury. He comes back. He's saying he want to make amends and want to make peace so they can make money together. Y'all cancel his meeting a week prior. Cancel the meeting. He was ready to make amends, ready to stop, ready to end all this drama. Y'all cancel it as soon as he get out there. That's disrespectful. And this is why I defend CM Punk to a certain extent too. Because he's not all in the wrong. He is in the wrong for his actions. He's not in the wrong for his voicing his opinion. Because AEW sucks right now. The backstage repetition sucks. The way they go about stuff sucks. The way Tony Khan goes about stuff with the elite and letting them do what they want sucks. Jim Cornette, somebody like that, needs to be running this. Not this dude by the name of Tony Khan. This man cannot run a business. He is ready to make amends with everybody. Y'all say, nah, cancel it. He shows up to the pay-per-view. No AEW personnel at all. No AEW security or staff members came to pick this man up at the airport. That's disrespectful. This man got to find his own way through the train station over there in London, through the train system in London, and got fans in London helping him out to go to the event. And when he's all calm, ready to get this stuff going so he could get up out of there quick so they could avoid no drama, Jack Perry, Mick Carter, who has no business talking. Because I've seen how you wrestle, Perry. You got potential, but you be running your mouth way too much. Start something and says, it's real glass, cry me a river. Knowing that that's going to set this man up. Knowing that's going to set this man off. And you start stuff with him. Why is that the case? You had no business talking. Shut up, do your stuff, and keep it moving. And go to the hotel so you don't have to deal with anything. So Jack Perry is to blame for all this as well. All there was a great pay-per-view, but it started off messed up. Why? Because Perry wants to say something. Why are you talking? Leave the man alone. You know he's a hothead. We already went through this before. Why are you talking? Shut up, wrestle, and get up out of it. I already said where Punk was wrong. I blame everybody in this situation. I'm not going to be biased one bit with anybody. Everybody is to blame in this situation. CM Punk is to blame for his actions. Jack Perry is blamed for his actions. Tony Khan is blamed to be actions. And you want to play victim on Collision, talking about how you feel concerned for your safety, which I understand Punk was spazzing out. But you want to play victim like all of this is not your fault. The man was ready to let go of all the drama, and you cancel his stuff. Why is that? You want to keep the drama going. And I know drama comes with wrestling, but why not make money from it then? If it was that big of an issue, why not let them make amends and let them have their feud and just go about their business after? I wouldn't mind seeing that. I would have not mind seeing a Kenny Omega CM Punk feud. Hell, make CM Punk heel. Kenny Omega be the babyface. CM Punk could work a heel role. He could work that to a T. He could work that in his sleep. He came up in this business as a heel. He came up in WWE as a heel. I wouldn't mind seeing CM Punk as a heel again if y'all really wanted to do it like that. But y'all messed that up. I was looking forward. I thought this was all over with. I was looking forward to seeing matchups. I love the idea of the real world title. I was looking forward to that title unification match at some point with MJF. I was even going to have a video in the works of ideas and what they could have done for this. Y'all could have had 2 world titles like they did in WWE. You could have called the title that CM Punk holds, I don't know, the division title or whatever, the division world title or I don't know, something. And had, MJF feud with him, had the title for title match or a unification match or something. I was looking forward to all that. And who messed it up? One of your workers again, Tony Khan. I get it, you suspend him, but we all know he ain't going to be suspended for long. He's going to be back in time to have a matchup with somebody else, and everything will go about his ways. Did All Out happen already? Let me see. I think it did. It was in Chicago. Yeah, it was in Chicago. And that's the thing too, bro. All these shows was in Chicago, man. CM Punk being the biggest draw would have had so much love on his hand in his hometown of Chicago. You let your workers again mess it up. Tony Khan, I've lost all respect for you. CM Punk, I don't know where to stand now because now his career is messed up now. You ruined everything now, man. Like, this is going to be your reputation. A way that Shawn Michaels was looked at in 98. I don't know what's going to happen with CM Punk, man. Like, for real, for real. But I blame Tony Khan the most for this. I've lost all respect for you, bro. You can't run a business. You can't do what you got to do and put these boys in place. You had a chance to squash all this with CM Punk and the Elite and Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks. And y'all just degraded this man like he was a piece of trash and piece of garbage and piece of dirt. And excuse my language for this. This is what the Elite was saying when he tried to squash it. I know exactly what they were saying. They were saying, fuck this man. We're going to do us. Meaning that they don't have respect for this man and don't like this man at all. It was the Elite that called this out. It was the Elite that started all this, and it was the Elite that backed away from the meeting. They're going to keep degrading and trashing this man. And it is a tragedy that this has happened. And now, if y'all was together, if y'all was committed, if y'all was ready to let this go, CM Punk would have been on that pay-per-view at All Out Sunday. Instead of sitting at home watching like the rest of us. If Jack Perry never said what he said on that pre-show, Punk would have been at Collision and not Tony Khan saying what he said. And a title unification match between MJF and CM Punk would have happened. Now it can't. That Weird World title idea is done. Now, if he would have lost it to Samoa Joe, I would have understood. Y'all still could have had the unification match, but now they can't have it. Why? Because of the BS. I don't know where to stand with CM Punk yet, but I damn sure know where to stand with Tony Khan. I don't respect you no more, and I might not watch AEW after this. Because of the stuff that you've done, bro. You is nothing but is acting like a female dog. You is acting like a dog on a leash to this company. You failed. And AEW is slowly starting to go down a downhill spiral. Because you cannot put your wrestlers in check. And I feel disgusted because AEW had so much potential. Once Cody Rhodes left, everything went downhill. I'm not going to hold my tongue with this anymore. Tony Khan, I don't respect you. And I will never respect you again for the way you have handled all of this. The way you do stuff, my brother, I wish you the best of luck. And I really hope you get some help for real, for real. Because the way you going, bro, you's trash, bro. For real, for real. You is garbage and disgusting. You have disgusted me with your performance as a promoter. And you know what's the sad part? If CM Punk was to go back to WWE like that rumors were, as much as people want to say Punk is a hothead, which I'm very disappointed in Punk's actions too. I didn't let him go off the hill, neither. Breaking stuff and smashing stuff, that was unacceptable. You should have just went to the hotel after you did your match to avoid all this. But if CM Punk would have went to WWE, this stuff wouldn't have been happening. Vince would not have been tolerating this. Or Triple H. But you, Tony Khan, you have a dog leash on you. A dog collar on you. Letting these wrestlers do what they want to do. And it is sad, bro. It is sad. The title here explains it. I know, I'm going off. Oh, I take my sports way too serious. But look, man. Say what you want, bro. Tony Khan, I don't respect this man for his promotion. You let another situation happen because of a wrestler running their mouth and doing what they want to do. Why? Because of a safety precaution? Because of because he did not want to lose real glass? Safety precaution? Are you serious? Was it really need to start something else because of that? Because of real glass? Because CM Punk told you and it's his show not to do real glass? I mean, come on. What kind of promotion are y'all running here? This sounds like some preschool stuff, bro. Now, let's get to all these WWE rumors. CM Punk, back when he was originally suspended, said that he wanted to go to WWE and work with Kevin Owens. I don't know how they was going to pull that off, because CM Punk was hurt with a tricep injury at the time, and CM Punk, he was still in AEW. I don't know if Tony Khan would have let him out of his contract, But Kevin Owens, the match that he had at the main event of night one, in the second main event, the Usos and Sami Zayn, that was perfect for him. I don't think a match with Punk would have elevated it. Now, like I said, never say never in this business because, we have wrestlers in the past that has came back to WWE. Bret Hart, out of all people, a man who spit on Vince McMahon because of the Montreal school job and how dirty they did, this man was able to come back. And if Hulk Hogan, who has had a reputation of being racist the past couple of days, could come back once in a while, the past couple of years could come back once in a while, if he could come back and do stuff once in a while, and they brought back Ultimate Warrior, who was a failed experiment and said some crazy stuff back in the day too, could come back, CM Punk should definitely deserve an opportunity, but he damn near buried that man, buried the stuff too. Bret Hart did the same thing, but not at the level that CM Punk did it. But then again, Bret Hart went through some crazy stuff too, man. They damn near killed his brother and all that, and he still came back to WWE. So CM Punk should definitely have a chance. But CM Punk definitely do not need to be working a full-time schedule if he does somehow that 1%, 0% that he does come back to WWE. He do not need to be working a full-time schedule. Let him go part-time and let him end his career on a high note that way. That's what I got to say about that. I don't see it happening because of how he reacted after the Samoa Joe match, kissing the ring, kissing the fans goodbye and all that. He did it as if it was his last match and he's done with wrestling. But like I said, never say never. That's my opinion on it. It's sad, bro. Another wrestler legacy looks like it's been tarnished because of some unnecessary drama. And that's why I stand by it.